Welcome back, everyone, to Freaky Tales. Even though this is not Freaky Tales Friday, it is Freaky Tales Thursday. And like I promised you guys, I was going to try to go at least twice a week. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these. I'm certainly enjoying them because I get to talk about, a lot of topics that have been on my mind for a long time, and I'm finally getting the chance to share them with you. But first and foremost, I do want to say I want to thank everybody in the live chat, everybody who decided not to be on the live chat, everybody who liked, comment, subscribed, everybody who's going to watch it later on. I know I get a lot of you guys that say I can't watch it at night, but when I go to work in the morning, I listen to it, and I truly, truly appreciate that. And by the end of this year, I'm going to try to have everything back on Spotify so that if you don't want to watch it, you can always just listen to it while you're at the gym, while you're at work, or whatever the case may be. Just really quick before we get into our very, very controversial topic. Last couple of days ago, actually 3 days ago, we talked about hell. That was an episode where we just talked pretty much just about hell. Not necessarily what it looked like, but what it's like. What it's like in hell. After that, before that, we had one called Head in a Bucket. And then we talked about someone named TALEZ Business. TALEZ Business. Definitely check that one out because a lot of people are giving me great reviews on these last couple ones. Before that, we had shadow people. We talked about shadow people. And before that, we had hidden in plain sight. Definitely check that one out as well. And before that one, we had Norman Steele, one of our guests. He came and sat down with me. We went back and forth. We actually talked about the affirmations, the power of the spoken word, the Anunnaki, etc. And then before that, we had Mexican Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Definitely check those out. You guys are in for a treat. So other than that, once again, the man to my left joining me is Alex Cervantes. Cervantes, how are you doing this week before we jump into it? Yeah, how was your day? Okay, other than great. Is it the mic? Give us 1 second, guys. Okay, if not, we'll come back to that. Try to get that fixed. Anyways, guys, let me go ahead and jump into my notes because I got something that I'm going to need to take my time in explaining, and I think you guys will really, really enjoy this. You back on? Okay, so let us know how your day was.
Great, man. I went and I've just been working and it's been busy.
Yeah. Lately, I know we've talked about TALEZ Business. We talked about hell. We talked about hidden in plain sight, Alex, shadow people.
Yes.
Do you enjoy these, or do you have a favorite one that we've been doing recently?
They're all interesting, man, because we talk about things that I honestly didn't know about. And some stuff I do, but
right.
You shed light on things that maybe I wondered but never asked.
Right. Okay. Now, you know what? Let's bring up picture number one. And there's a reason why I'm bringing up picture number one, okay? This is a movie called The Omen. The Omen. Okay. Now, this one came out in 1976, Alex. You know how old I was when my parents took me to go see this?
No.
8 years old.
Damn, that's really young.
Yeah, I had no business going to see this movie. Great movie. I like the actor in there, Gregory Peck. He plays a powerful, if you will, influential politician in this movie. But You know what? Can we put in a poll? Have you seen the Omen and put the year 1976? Because they've had remakes. I didn't really care too much for the remakes, and even though this is not a movie review, I'm going somewhere with this, so please stay with me. So while he's putting up that poll and you guys can vote, we'll come back to that. I just want to share a little bit about the movie The Omen. Now, first and foremost, what does the name Omen mean? I think that's important, since we're going to call it The Omen, okay? Omen is actually a Latin word. A happening believed to be a sign or a warning of some future event. Once again, a happening believed to be a sign or a warning of some future event. Now, this movie, okay, I remember it like if it was yesterday. The reason why I chose this movie is because there's something very, very intriguing that caught my attention as a young boy. And it's about a father, I believe his name is Robert, his wife, and they have a child. Starts off happy family. If you guys have not seen it, I may spoil it for you, but I do recommend you guys definitely check it out. Once again, it's a 1976 Omen movie. Gregory Peck is the father. His wife gives birth to his son. His son passes away at birth. He doesn't want his wife to know. At the hospital, and once again, I'm giving it to you in a nutshell, he's offered another son in replacement for his real son who has passed away, who didn't make it. He doesn't want to disappoint his wife. Doesn't want to tell her we had a child, but he didn't make it. They so badly wanted to be a family, so badly wanted a child. And keep in mind, Gregory Peck, this man named Robert in this movie, is a very powerful politician. He's actually in the political, if you will, profession. And so he tells the nurse, yes, I will take, and he took the proper steps. They adopted this child. Then he goes and presents it to his wife. And the hospital says, this is our son. And his name is going to be Damien. Damien, okay? So they're like a happy family. They go home. And throughout the movie, he is being approached by priests, by Catholic priests. And they're trying to warn him about this child. Because this child is just not an ordinary child. This child is very, very different. Special in a sense where, well, I'll get to that part. Let me read something to you. Okay? Special in the sense that I don't think anybody would want to have this child. And maybe special was just, for lack of better words, so many deaths happen when this child is around. And this man, Gregory Peck, in the movie, the actor, is being approached once again by priests. And they're trying to warn him. He doesn't listen to them. But many of them continue to keep dying every time they approach him. So close to the end of the movie, he finally asks these priests, what is going on? And they tell him, we believe that you were given. Now in the movie, he's called the son of the devil. We believe that you have been given the son of the devil. And he said, what are you talking about? He said, look what's happening ever since this son has been in your care. Even now your wife is in the hospital. The priests have died. People have died because of this child. So he doesn't know what to do. So he says, how can I find out for sure that this is the son of the devil? And he says, when he's asleep, go in and look through his head. Comb his hair and look for a birthmark, if you will. And you'll find it. Now, can we bring up picture number 2? Let me know when that's up. And this is what he found. For those of you that can barely see it, it is a 666. This is what he was born with. And he said, this is the son of the devil. So the movie goes on, and Robert, Gregory Peck, the main actor, befriended an Antichrist exorcism expert, a guy by the name of Carl in Israel, who says If Damien is the true Antichrist, he will bear a birthmark in the shape of 3 6s. Carl gives Robert 7 daggers with which to take out Damien on hollow ground. So pretty much is what he said. If you don't take care of this guy, when you pass or when he kills you, he's going to take not only your money, but your political power and rise to fame and pretty much rule the world. He will be the Antichrist, the anti-Messiah. So as a kid, you have to understand, 8 years old, I see this and I see the 666 in his head. I go home and I start looking in the mirror to see if I had it. Okay, after all, my mom used to call me El Diablo. So I didn't have 666, okay? But it really, really startled me because there's never been another movie out there like it. There's been remakes, but this movie was about the Antichrist. So I remember we get home and I asked my mom, like, hey, so what happened? Oh, El Anticristo, the Antichrist. Who is this? I grew up from 8 years old being introduced to the Antichrist in this movie, The Omen. If you guys have not seen it, once again, the remake, I wouldn't even watch that again. I thought it was terrible. This one was really, really good. So this Antichrist exorcism guy tells his father, here's 7 daggers, take him to a church and stab him with it. Set with each and every one of them. That's how you'll do away with your son. Well, the father is determined, takes him to the church, and he's about to do it. He has the boy on the altar, and he cries out, God help me, because that little guy, even though he's the son of the devil, starts yelling out, Daddy, please, Daddy, please, please, Daddy, don't hurt me, please. He knows what he's doing. And I won't spoil it for you. So it brings me to this. 666. Here I am, 56-year-old. I saw this when I was 8 years old. So I've been knowing about this since I've been a young child. And here I just want to talk to you about the 666. But where does it come from? Why 666? Well, so what we do is I'm going to read to you from the book of Revelation. I'm going to read to you quite a bit of scripture, okay? Probably about 10 verses. And there's a reason why I'm reading this, because it is things like this that intrigue me. You know, we see movies all the time, 666, the son of the devil himself, the devil's bride, whatever. You know, the devil's advocate. They made a movie, Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino, the devil's advocate. And Al Pacino wants Keanu Reeves and his daughter to have a son to make the Antichrist. Think about that. They even try to make the Antichrist and the devil look cool in Hollywood. So when I saw that, but that movie was really, really demonic. There was a lot of things. Like whoever directed or wrote that really knew what he was doing, what he was saying. Okay. Now, for those of you that don't know where this 666 comes from and just hear the Bible, I'm going to read it to you. Okay. I'm not going to interpret nothing, because the last thing that I want is somebody to say, well, Tony, that's your interpretation. I'm going to say this loud and clear. I'm not going to interpret anything. I'm just going to read it. Fair enough? Comes from the book of Revelation. Now, if you hear somebody say Revelations, that's wrong. It's singular, not plural. Revelation, because it's only a revelation about one person. And this was written by John in the Isle of Patmos. And the reason why they threw the Apostle John in this island is because he wouldn't shut up about the message that he had. So he gets there and he receives this revelation of the future nearly 2,000 years ago. So let me read. And this is going to start Revelation 13. Revelation 13. Okay. And then we're going to come back and I got some things I want to show you that I guarantee you guys have never seen. So Revelation 13, and I'm going to start at verse 11 for those of you that care to read along or that want to read it later on. Check this out. Then I saw another beast come up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. And he exercises all the authority of the first beast in his presence, and causes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. He performs great signs, so that he even makes fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which was granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast who was wounded by the sword and lived. He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. Okay, here we go. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their forehead, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark on the or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666. Okay? His number is 666. So here is where this number comes from. And for years, many of us, and I'm guilty of it, have always just said it was 666. But it's something more than that. Okay? Now, once again, the book of Revelation, this is what it says. Here is wisdom. Let him that has understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now, let's bring up the third picture. You could take those down, please. I want to show you guys something, and this is something you guys probably don't know, but it's just the Codex Vaticanus. Codex Vaticanus. Now, what year does it say there? Alex, can you read that for us, please?
It says 350 AD.
350 AD. This is before the King James Bible. And they never wrote it 666. This is actually how they wrote it in Greek. So I'm going to leave that up there while you bring up our next picture. And I want you guys to see something. Here it is right there. There's another ancient manuscript there. Okay, if you see the arrow, you see those alphabet letters. But each alphabet letter in the Greek has a numerical value. Okay, this is what we have been missing. Everybody just reads 666. I get it. I understand that. But you glean a little bit more when you do a little bit more research. Okay, so here, the Codex Vaticanus, once again, you can date it back to 350 AD. Now, everything that I'm sharing with you is public knowledge. You can look this up yourself. And let me tell you something. When you look this up, I could talk about it, but I'm not. Okay, because I truly do believe that if I do talk about it here in this channel, I would take a huge blow by a certain community. Now, if you want to look this up, you can go ahead and look this up yourself. Look up Codex Vaticanus 350 AD, and you're going to be shocked what they're comparing it to, what comes up. Now, I'm going to say this. Now, either John the Revelator was a good guesser, or he did see the future. So look this up. I'm just not going to talk about that part here. Now, let's bring up our next picture, and you could take one of those down. Okay. So here we go. Kai Zai Stigma. I'm trying to pronounce them as best as I can. I'm not fluent in Greek. I do know a little bit, but not a lot. Kai Zai Stigma. And once again, these are the alphabets in Greek. This is what they used to put, once again, in these scrolls, in these parchments. Kai Zai Stigma, whenever 666 appeared. You look that up yourself, and once again, you're going to be shocked what you're going to see. Kai Zai Stigma. Now let's look at the numerical value. So if we could bring the other one up. Okay, here we go. Let me look that up so that way I can talk about it myself, because I think this is very, very interesting. And this gives us the numerical value of Kai Zai Stigma. So once again, the Kai is 600, the Stigma is 60, and Kai Zai Stigma, and the Stigma is 6. Kai Zai is 60, Stigma is 6. So here we have, it is just not 666, guys. It is 666. Many times we just read it 666, but it's 666. Okay. And look, I so badly wanted to talk about what you're going to find if you look this up. But let's just say, as of right now, I can't. For religious and political reasons, I can't. Okay, not against my religion. I don't have one. But against the other community that could come down hard on a lot of people. And we all know who they are because right now they're rioting schools. Okay, they're rioting colleges. So I'm going to leave that there. And I believe, do we have one more? Or that was it? Okay. So once again, Chi, Psi, Stigma. This is the way they used to write in the ancient manuscripts. And the numerical value of each letter is 666. Now, when you look at the book of Revelation, and he says that you will have to take this mark on your right hand or on your forehead. A lot of people think it is the RFID chip. I'm not here to talk about the Antichrist or the false prophet because in Revelation 13, it talks about the Antichrist. They refer to him as the beast. And they refer to the false prophet as a man, someone who has horns like a lamb. Okay, and there's only one lamb in the scriptures. But there's a false prophet. And if you notice, he says that they're going to build an image. Okay, there's already religions right now that worship images, so this is nothing new. But listen to what they're going to mix it with. Money and religion. That unless you worship, you will not be able to buy, sell, trade, or whatnot. And it doesn't matter who you are, rich, poor, bond, slave, free, doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to do business. You're not going to be able to buy. You're not going to be able to sell. Why? Because you didn't worship. What is it that I have to worship? The image of the beast. So when you worship the image of the beast, you're going to be told that you're going to have to take this mark. Now, no one is going to be tricked into this. You're going to know what you're doing. So when people tell me, well, what if I take it and I'm tricked into it? No, you're going to know. You're going to know. Because let me tell you something. It's going to be a tough time when this happens. Do I believe this is going to happen? Yes, I do believe it's in the future. And I believe that this person that they call the anti-Messiah, the Antichrist, is here already. Is here already. He's just waiting to take center stage. There's reasons why he hasn't, and I'm not going to get into that. But there's reasons. I really wish that I could sit down and maybe one day for our 100th episode, I do want to do a live audience, Freaky Tales, and I want to have people come up and on the mic and ask me or Marvelous or whoever my guest may be questions. So if you guys are taking down notes, ask me about this, and I would gladly, answer some of these questions. But this man that's going to take center stage, he's going to be a very, very powerful man. Okay, because once again, he's going to mix religion with monetary, with money. That unless you worship, you cannot conduct business. Unless you worship, you cannot eat. You cannot buy, trade, or sell. You cannot do it. You have to worship. So when you worship, you have to take this mark. Okay? And once you take the mark, it's over. Nobody today has taken the mark. I'm going to tell you that right now. Nobody. Yeah, Tony, but I've seen people with RFID chips. That's fine. That's not the mark, because this has to be issued by the Antichrist and the false prophet involving the worship of an image. Okay? It's going to be a global event. It's not going to be somewhere just in the Middle East somewhere, or somewhere in Europe, somewhere over in Washington. It's going to be a global event. Most prophetic circles believe that this is going to be someone that is going to be, if you will, like the president of the entire world. You know what's the first time I've heard that? In 1994. When I heard this one man give a lecture and said that we need a one world government, we need a monetary money, if you will, that the whole world can use. But by the beginning of the year 2000, this was 1994. We're in 2024 now. Look how far we moved ahead. Now, is it going to be a chip? I don't know. If you look at some of you guys' credit cards, some of you guys' debit cards, that piece of plastic that holds that little chip, it's worthless. It's worthless. That chip is what's important. And think about this. Before, you would have to put in your code, okay? And then until you take it out, now all you got to do is just tap. What's to hold anybody from issuing a chip, possibly a chip on your hand, and just tap, and you walk out. It's coming. They've been doing this since the 90s. I'll prove it to you. The low jack alarm, that was a chip they would put in your car, and they were guaranteed to at least locate your car within 15 minutes. And then in the 90s here, you had info pets, where you would inject your animal with a chip, and they would find them for you. Today, if they do that, you know what it'll stop? The drug dealers, the counterfeiters, the jackers, senile parents and missing children can now be found. Now, it sounds like a great idea, but it's going to be issued by the wrong person. And you're not going to be deceived into taking this. You're going to know what you're doing. And those people that do not take it are most likely going to have to go underground. I'm just letting you know how serious this is. Since I've been 8 years old, I've been hearing about this 666, this Antichrist, this one world government, this, one man for the entire world. And, I'm not referring to Obama as this, but I just want to give you an example. This is a man that was a senator for 2 years in Chicago. Just a senator. He gets involved with Oprah, and guess who's our next president? Barack Obama. The man who considered himself a Christian. I don't have nothing against that man. But isn't it funny that he took the National Day of Prayer out of the White House while he was in office, but he celebrated Ramadan, an Islamic religion, because he was a Muslim. He still is a Muslim. Barack Hussein Obama. Name me somebody that's named Hussein who is not a Muslim. You know what was the name of Muhammad's horse? Muhammad, the Islamic prophet? Barack. Everything was there. Just many of us just don't want to talk about it. Now, I'm just using him as an example that this guy came out of nowhere and became the most powerful man in the world. So is it possible that this man, the anti-Messiah, can come up and take over everything? Absolutely. Is it here yet? Is the technology here yet for that mark? Yes. We don't know what it is. Is it a real mark? Is it a tattoo? Is it a chip? I don't know. Is it a religion? I don't know. But it's here. I truly do believe that the book of Revelation, I'm a futurist. That's what we believe, that the book of Revelation is still in the future. There are people that consider themselves preterist. That's a Greek word for meaning like the past. They believe that it's already happened. I don't believe that. I've never believed that. So what I'm saying to you, do your own study, do your own research. Don't just believe what we say, like what Marvelous says. Do your own research, study, and if you guys want to know more, make sure you guys call in when, we open up the phone lines. But I wanted to ask you, Alex, anything that I've said that has intrigued you yet?
No, it's just pretty interesting.
Okay. Do you have any questions so far?
No, and I see what you're talking about, the Greek letters. Roman numerals, I guess, right?
Yeah. You guys don't have to go outside right now. Okay? And I'm sorry, guys. My grandbabies just walked in, and they're going to have to walk right back out. Okay? My apologies. But you know what? How long has that poll been up?
It's been up for 22 minutes.
Okay. Can you go ahead and give us the results of that question?
Yeah. 117 votes. The question is, have you seen the movie The Omen from 1976? And 47% said yes. 53% said no. Okay.
Well, I definitely recommend you guys check that out. Okay. I really do believe that if you guys are a student of prophecy, here's what I like to call prophecy. Prophecy is tomorrow's headlines. I'm going to say that again. At least in my opinion, prophecy is tomorrow's headlines. And I'm going to say this again, what I said earlier. Either John, the Revelator, was a good guesser or he saw the future. And once again, we need to stop looking at the scriptures as a religious book. Because what I just taught you right now, they don't share this in church. They don't share this in church. I don't discourage anybody from going to church to learn. But here's what I encourage people to do: to study things for yourself. Study things for yourself. Stop going somewhere where you're just going to believe someone and never do the research yourself. I'm not discouraging anyone from going to church. I'm encouraging you to study. So when you read your book and what that man is saying doesn't line up with the book, go out and find yourself another one until it does match with what you're reading. I do a lot of reading. I do a lot of study on myself. And I think outside the box. But 666 has always intrigued me. And just so you know, it is 666. Chi Psi Stigma. And once again, I encourage you to look that up, and you'll be surprised what's gonna come up. So other than that, Alex, before we open up the phone lines, anything you care for me to elaborate?
No, you know what? I'm glad that you cleared that up, because I honestly had that question when you first started right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was just wondering, like, who even came up with 666, you know? And so right now you just answered that question, you know?
Yeah, you know what? And again, because I always thought that it was going to be a literal 666. That's why when people said the monster drink, the energy drink, the top, or the Vav, I forgot which Hebrew letter it was, that it was a 666. And, you know, I think sometimes some people can go a little bit over the top with certain things. That every time you drank a monster out of a monster, you were toasting to the devil.
Yeah.
So,
well, what I was gonna say is that I didn't know what you were talking about earlier, and and it just slowly started making sense as you broke it down, because I was thinking, how did anybody even translate it to 666? You know, and the breakdown of it right now of what you have up here is a perfect example of how people are using that. But my question is, just because they're using the numbers 666, right?
yes.
Is that what we're looking for, or are we looking for this?
I'm going to say it this way, okay? This is why I didn't want to get into it, okay? Because I think what you're seeing with the Chi Psi Stigma, if you move those letters around, it spells something. And it's all around us. And it's all around us. So that's why I'm encouraging you guys to please do your own research, because I can't go any deeper than that. But yes, that's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Okay. John saw what was taking place now, and it's all around us. So I need, without me saying too much, you know, I need you guys to do your homework. You know, is there a way, really quick, that you can take me to a little break if you can?
Okay.
Okay. You guys give me 2 minutes, please. 2 minutes. And welcome back, everyone. If I sound a little winded, I think you guys already know. Okay. Anyways, where were we at, Alex? Oh, yeah, right there.
Yeah, we were talking about looking for this. Okay, so one last question about this. Okay, so people that have the 666 on them in this style and regular 666.
Right.
Does that even mean anything?
It doesn't mean jack. You know, maybe you could look it up right now, Alex.
Yeah.
Biggie, right before he passed away, he had his own clothing line, and it was 666. I don't know why you would play around with that, but I want you to find that picture, Notorious B.I.G. or the B.I.G., and he's wearing a 666 jacket. He was getting ready to release that. Now, I do want to say this, even though it does say that in the book of Revelation in chapter 13, the 666, but why would you want kids wearing that to school, wearing that to church, wearing that anywhere? I just thought that was wrong. I didn't agree with that. You know, I still say rest in peace, Biggie, rest in peace, Pac, rest in peace, Easy, and everybody else who passed away, you know. But, yeah, he had a clothing line getting ready to come out. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about all these other rappers that promote these demonic things. They just think it's cool. They say it's for publicity. It's good for music. It's good for entertainment. All cloud is good cloud. All controversy is, you know, great controversy. You know, that's not something I would want to play with. So let me know. There it is right there. Yeah, he's going to find it for you guys, and show it to you guys. And I should have had that already prepared, but I truly do believe that people that have that 666 tattooed, you just tattooed yourself something that's meaningless, to be quite honest with you. I don't believe that that's the actual mark. I don't believe that that's anything. So you pretty much just tattooed yourself something worthless. I can't wait to get to these phone calls. Yeah, go ahead and take them down, and maybe, every so often, go ahead and bring that up. Let me know when you got that picture up. He's gonna have it for you guys right now, guys, and that way you guys can see it right there on his jacket, 666. Not too many people know about this, but when you do your research, you'll be surprised, you know, what you would find. Now, let me ask you this, Alex. Now, the jacket looks like a cool jacket. It looks like one of them, you know, old school jackets. But would you wear something like that?
No, I don't like those vest jackets.
Right. I think they're I mean, I've never owned one of those, but, you know, the whole 666 thing, you know, it's just like.
You know, it reminds me of Back to the Future. You know, when the guy says, why do you wear a life preserver?
Yeah. That was a good one. So here's what I'm going to do, Alex. We're going to go ahead, put the number up. Has anybody asked any questions on there, or that maybe I can answer right now while we're connected to this? If not, okay, am I connected now? Okay, cool. No, but am I connected? Okay. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and open up the phone lines if those of you guys want to call. And once again, I apologize for that little 2-minute break, but, you know, I'll leave it. I just won't say nothing. But I think you guys can fill in the blanks. What's another poll question, Alex, that we could ask? Sure, why not? And once again, if you guys want to read that yourself, look it up on the Revelation 13. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Caller, go ahead and call back. Let's see. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Tony.
Hello?
It's Jose from Yuma, Arizona.
Jose from Yuma, Arizona. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for calling, my bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you for another show, man.
Yes.
I was listening to a podcast from some Mexican podcast.
Yes.
And it's called Extra Paranormal. You know, this podcast, they were talking about the subject was the Antichrist.
Yes.
And they said that he's the Prince of Monaco. Monaco, right?
You mean talking about Morocco
And,
or Monaco?
It's. I actually pulled it up right here. His name is Prince. Okay, there we go. Prince Malai Hassan. They say that Morocco, Morocco.
Okay. And what's your question?
So they say that he's the one that they say that Morocco, that family is the one that controls pretty much the world, you know.
Yeah.
They shown pictures and videos of this prince around really famous people that try to shake his hand and kiss his hand, and he pulls it away. As soon as they try to touch his hand, he pulls it away. And this kid is barely 21 years old.
Okay. I'm trying to understand your question.
Look that one up, man. Well, it's not a question. It's
Okay.
I was just kind of sharing that a little bit.
Right. Okay. Now, this is the part of the, and I'm not, this is not directed towards you. This is just in general, why I encourage people to study, the anti-Messiah, the Antichrist, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the Antichrist is going to want to be worshipped. So everything you just told me about him, other than that he's rich, the Antichrist is going to want to be worshipped. So bad that one day he's going to present himself to be God in the flesh. He wants to be worshipped. Now, keep in mind, and I want everybody to understand this. If the scriptures are true, there's only been two people that Satan himself will possess. He possessed Judas Iscariot, the one who betrayed his Messiah, and the Antichrist.
Right.
Them two people are going to be Satan possessed. Now, does Satan possibly have several candidates that he can possess? Yeah, I believe that. Is he one of them? I don't know. Maybe. But there's a reason why he hasn't taken center stage. Certain prophetic events have to take place before he could take center stage. And I'm going to tell you one, and I don't know when this is going to happen, but when you see this start to happen, people better start shaking in their boots, and I'm going to tell you why. In 70 AD, the temple in Israel was destroyed. Okay, it was destroyed by General Titus from Rome.
Right.
Those stones are still there. Okay, nearly 2,000 years ago. That temple needs to be rebuilt in order for the Jewish people to commence their if you will, their religious ceremonies, their sacrifices, so that their sins could be forgiven. When that temple is built, this anti-Messiah would walk into that temple and present himself to be God. That temple hasn't been built there. It hasn't been built yet. You know why? Because the Dome of the Rock is there, the Islamic mosque. Something has to happen. So in 1994, there was a book, I believe it was 1994, by a guy named Randall Price and Thomas Ice, and it was called Ready to Rebuild. They already had all the utensils, they already had all the clothes, but the reason why they can't, because nobody knows who's a Levi. Only the Levites can be the priest. That still has yet to be revealed to them. So it's a big, big study, bro, honestly, and I know it very well. I just didn't want to get too deep into it. So.
Everybody points different fingers at different people over the Antichrist, but
yes,
I like sharing that. I even looked this kid up, and I was like, damn, this kid looks like.
Yeah. There's a guy that people are saying that according to certain Jewish sects, and when I say sects, S-E-C-T-S, in Israel, they're saying that the Messiah is there with them, but that we know that's a false Messiah. They were saying in the 90s that there was a guy named Juan Carlos from Europe. They said he was a potential Antichrist. So many prophetic circles are pointing the fingers at different people saying that might be him, that might be him. Me personally, I don't care. I don't care what kind of suit he's gonna wear, what color his socks, what kind of cologne. I really don't care, but I do believe that this person is alive and well right now.
Make us get that mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's the book, huh?
Yeah.
That was alive and well.
Alive and well on planet Earth. That's
All right,
Hal Lindsey.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you for that phone call.
Well, man. Well, that's gonna be crazy, man. Let's not get that mark.
All right,
All right,
brother.
man. Thank you.
You take care. Okay. All right. Let me know when that poll's been up, maybe 20 minutes. Then we'll come back. So once again, the topic of today's 666, or should I say 666. Here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, Tony.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, my brother? This is Fred from Solidago.
Oh, Fred from Soledad.
Hey.
What's good?
Yeah. Nothing, my brother. Nothing. Hey, you know what? Freaky show and intense, to say the least. You know what I mean? It's just, it's a good show, man. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Fred.
No, yeah. You know what, my brother? I wanted to mention that you were talking about the Omen. I as well saw it as a young boy.
Yes.
And yeah, it freaked me out, bro. I agree with you as far as the remakes. If anybody, I mean, I'm not trying to promote the film, you know, to each their own if they want to see it. But if they are going to see it, I recommend the original. With that, bro, there was a thing too also as well there's two more parts to that. You know, the Omen 2 and then Omen 3.
Mm-hmm.
In the second one, the boy is a teenager, and he goes to military school, lives with an uncle, I believe it was, and his name is held to a high regard because he's known as a Thorn, right? That was his last name. Okay, but in the third one, he's in the political office and he's running for president, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Okay, I haven't seen that
in the
one.
final conflict.
Okay. Oh, you're
Okay,
talking about the old school ones.
The old school ones.
Okay, you're right. The second one is a teenager, and then the last one, I guess, it's that guy from Jurassic Park, isn't it? He plays the Antichrist. Yes.
Yes, and see, so in the, like I said, in the second one, he was in military school. He's a teenager, and then in the third one, yes, the guy from Jurassic Park, he's running for president on that one. Yeah. And it's just, you know, I'm just saying because it matches to what you're talking about, and somebody in power, what it says the Antichrist will be. No, and that's all. I just really wanted to point that out, bro, because those movies they freak me out because they in my opinion, they kind of hold true a little bit, you know, and it's kind of freaky to even think about it.
Well, yeah. Well, it's funny how Hollywood puts their own spin on it, but they take it from the scriptures.
Exactly. And you know what? It's not per se, I'm not going to say it's like all, you know, like all gruesome and everything, but it's more of a mental thing. And if you really watch them, they're pretty freaky.
Yes.
So that's all, you know, that's all I wanted to mention tonight, bro. That's all I wanted to mention. And, hey, you know, keep up the good work, my brother. You're doing a great job.
Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you. Have a blessed one.
Okay, man.
Good peace.
Hey.
Thank you, guys, for calling in. Here we have another caller. Can I take a guess who this is?
Oh, yeah.
Caesar from Paris.
Caesar from Paris. Yes, sir.
How you doing, Caesar?
We are blessed today. We're doing great. Gracias a Dios. And let's hope everybody there is doing the same.
Yes.
Now, I'm here calling you for the first time mobile on the road. Calling you, and I caught a little bit of the end. Now, we are talking about the 666 number, or are we talking about devil worship in the music industry, Tony?
No, we're talking about 666 that most people, when they quote it from Revelation 13, that's the topic today, 666. In actuality, it is 666. Then from there, we jumped into, before Biggie Smalls passed away, he was getting ready to release his own clothing brand, and it was titled 666. And my thing was like, you know what? I wish this man was alive. He was a young man. He was 24 years old, but I do not wish for that clothing brand to have come out. You know, to be able.
And it probably would have blew up too, considering his uprise and his way to stardom and fame. For sure, it would have blown up. And you know, it's funny how things worked out, but it probably would have blown up, and it probably would have spread even more than what it is today. A lot of propaganda is going on out there, Tony.
Yeah.
A lot of people are using people in the industry, you know, to push their brand or push a movement. But really, talking about the last few callers about the Antichrist, I'm really skeptical about an Antichrist being an actual person or human, Tony.
Okay.
Considering how well humans are turned or pushed as far as saints and angels and whatnot. I just want to say this. I just don't believe us as humans should be trying to say anything about Antichrist or anything. We should all be good people. Let's get it out. None of us have wings, and none of us are ever going to have superpowers. There's no need for us to push no negativity like that from the devil or anything like that. If you're not a God believer, then believe in something. Believe in being a good person. Believe in having good energy and spreading that energy everywhere. This 666, 666. You could flip it upside down, call it 999, and it would probably mean the same thing, and it's nothing. Now, Caesar from Paris, just giving out my own little 1-2 cents about the whole thing, because a lot of people are stuck up in religion, and it's good in believing in something. It's great to having a faith, and it's good to believe in God. But also, it's not good to also try to believe in this propaganda. Watching Exorcist Part 1, 2, 3, 4, Part 17. You know, the Exorcist of Rosemary, the Exorcist of Juanita. It doesn't matter. That does matter because it does happen. But as far as feeding into it, people, we need to stop, Tony. Now, Tony, real quick, I don't want to take too much time. You were in the music industry. You were in there. There was a time where Second to None had a chance to sign with DJ Quick, but they were talking about no, they denied because of Illuminati allegations. I remember you said you went to a record party at the Queen Mary for Disney, and they had a blow up of, I think, Satan or something up there. How much did you see that in your experience in the rap world?
I saw a lot of it. When I went to that Queen Mary party, it was for the group Queen. And it was a record release party at the Queen Mary. And I met every member there except Freddie Mercury, because he was already passing away of age. I think he died like 4 months after that. But Disney had bought the rights to all the music. So people that don't know, Disney owns all the rights to Queen's music. Freddie Mercury passed away. They recorded one more album for Disney, and that was pretty much it. But when I went over there, it was just completely dark. When I say completely dark, tarot cards, you know, I mean, they could read your future with bones. And like it was almost like it looked like a damn seance, people doing magic. And I do believe that stuff is real. You know, now as far as the Illuminati stuff, you know what, I don't know. There's a lot of people that throw that out there. I've never been approached by that, but I do know bigwigs that have come here and who I have interviewed on my other platform have told me that they have been, you know, approached. You know, one guy actually said this, and I'm going to leave it at that after this, that he was asked by a very, very powerful man in the music industry, do you want to come to a meeting with me? And he said, what kind of meeting is that? And the guy told him, this is the kind of meeting you don't come back from. You fill in the blanks. I'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
and that's a scary thing. That's a scary thing to know that whatever out there, whether if it's people or not, have actually power like that to really fuck up your life in the end. At the end, because I'll tell you one thing: no matter what type of celebrity, singer, a fucking magician, if you got fame, it don't last forever, my friend.
It don't last forever.
And usually they don't last forever, and those celebrities die a horrible death. For somebody that had so much money, lavish, extravaganza, they die alone and fucked off.
And that's the key.
So please,
they die alone.
That's the key. They die alone, Tony. So what we're trying to do is trying to get that shit out of our bodies, out of our system. Enjoy good health. Enjoy our babies. Enjoy the sun, because one thing's for sure, it's coming up tomorrow morning, baby. So let's enjoy it. Caesar from Paris, and I'm out.
You're out. Okay, cool. Thank you, Caesar. Thank you, all the callers. And once again, the phone lines are open if you guys want to call in. Once again, the top is 666. Now, I'm not here promoting 666, but it is in the scriptures, and it should be shared. It should be studied, should be looked into. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Caesar from Paris.
Hello, caller.
Okay, cool.
Can you please turn down your television? Okay, let's take another one. Okay, let's see. The phone lines are open, and once again, here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
What's up, Tony? It's Lattice.
Lattice, how are you tonight?
Doing well, man. I had a quick story. It kind of relates to what we're talking about tonight.
Okay.
Got the kids out here. Sorry about that.
Hey, no worries, no worries.
We were talking about the number 666 and the Son of the Beast, and actually the movie The Omen kind of brought up the topic and what I wanted to talk about. On May 2nd, 2017, I went shopping at Walmart. You remember those Cokes that used to have the names on them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I found one that said Damien on it.
Okay.
And at the time, I was talking to my girlfriend. We were discussing having children, and I told her, I said, we had discussed the name Damien before, and I said, well, I think Damien's going to be the name of our first son, because I've always liked the Omen. And
okay.
the one I found at the store it's spelled with an A instead of the E-N at the end.
Okay.
But it was close enough, and I said, look at I was on the phone with her, and I took a picture of it. So this was May 2nd of 2017. And the reason that date is significant and sticks in my mind, because 1 year to that date, my first son was born.
Oh, wow.
My son, Damien.
Awesome.
And I believe in the power of will and manifestation. And he made me a real proud father a year to that day that we said, this is going to be our son's name.
Well, that's awesome, man. How many children do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I have two. I have a little boy, my little boy Damien, and he's got a younger sister. Her name's Odelia. They're a year apart, and he just turned 6. She just turned 5, and
that's awesome.
They're a real joy to us. And two toddlers at the same time can be a handful, but I think the joys outweigh them.
Yes, I had my two in here that are about to turn 6 this month, and my grandbabies, I just call them mine, but my grandbabies, they came in here while I'm live, and then they started throwing stuff at the door, so I had to go out there and take them to bed.
Oh yeah, so you're going through a little bit of what you just heard a little while on the phone, while ago on the phone here.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but all good, Lattice. Thank you, man, and congratulations on your children.
Yeah. Like I said, they're a real joy, and I'm a first-time father, and I didn't choose fatherhood until after 40 years old, so I was kind of new to this. At the time, most of my friends were becoming grandparents, and here I am with two little ones.
Yes. Awesome, man. But I'm sure they're enjoying.
But hey, I'm enjoying the show, and so is my girl Smiley. She's there in the chat.
Oh, okay.
And we're listening and really enjoying the show tonight.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you, Lattice.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye. Okay, thank you, Lattice. Thank you, all the callers. These are from Paris. Let's keep it pushing. We got some time. Somebody called earlier. If you're going to call, please have your TV turned down, please, because there is a delay. A lot of times some people think that they can just call and they're going to be able to talk to me, but there's always like a maybe 20, 30-second delay. So please have your TV turned down. I would greatly appreciate that. And here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
This is Manny. I'm calling from San Diego.
Manny, how are you tonight?
I'm good, man. Listening to yourself.
Wow, you sound just like our last caller. Anyways,
man, just listening to yourself. My first time calling in.
Okay. And you have a question? Or what you want to share a story?
That's about the subject. I got a little story. Just I'm Mexican. Growing up in Mexican time, there's a lot of stories about brujeria, all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And my family there's a great grandmother that she was a brujeria or some shit, and she must have put a curse on our family or something. So my family dealt with a lot of death in my family for a long time.
Wow.
My mom's brothers y todo eso, and me at a young age, I knew about the devil, and about the devil, I knew about God too. But growing up, I would see a lot of shadow things and just crazy stuff, you know, and the unexplainable stuff. And then you know, as I got older, it was almost like if it was a gift. I don't know if it was a gift or a curse, but I would always see dead people. I'd always feel people. I would have these crazy dreams and all sorts of crazy stuff. And then the last time I went to that haunted museum in Las Vegas. And as soon as I stepped in, man, like, I don't know, I just felt like a pressure on my chest, like something bad. You know, like when you're gonna do something like you're not supposed to do, you get that nervous feeling in your gut, just like this ain't right, you know?
Right.
And I'm telling you, I've had these feelings all my life, and I told my girl, like, we're about to go in. They make you sign the waiver before you walk in there.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and me and my girl were like, because we used to watch that show all the time, and we were like, fuck, let's go, you know? And man, I was like, you know what, babe, I'll be back. Like, I gotta go to the restroom. I went to the restroom, man, and I freaking prayed to God, and you know, I told God, like, man, something's not right in here, but I'm here, and you put me here for a reason, and I know I need to be in here to see something. I don't know what, but just be with me, you know?
Yeah.
Don't let nothing leave with me, because like I have kids and stuff, and I don't want that coming to them and all that. And yeah, man, I mean, I felt stuff in there, like I felt things calling to me, and just crazy stuff. Like, I don't know, I just felt like I have a sixth sense or something. And I mean, after we left, I prayed again, you know, like, thank you, Lord, you know, whatever's in there, just leave it in there.
Right.
And after that, I kind of stopped seeing the stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it went away.
Right. Well, you know what?
It went away, man. Just praying to God, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have told me that they weren't able to finish that tour of you're talking about the Zach Baggins Haunted Museum, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people that have told me personally that have come here that have said that they weren't able to finish off that tour. So.
Oh, yeah, man.
But yeah, you know what? I was there. I didn't go in. My brother, he was saying that it was fake, that it was, you know, he wants to expose him or whatnot. So we drove up to Vegas. You know, I'm not a big Vegas guy anymore. We drove up to Vegas. We pulled up right there to the museum, and he was going to pay my ticket. I was going to go in, and all of a sudden he had a change of heart, and he said, no, man, I feel something. I'll be honest with you. I didn't feel anything. But I did take a picture in front of the whole Zach Baggins, I guess, the sign. But we never went in. I really wasn't too enthused about going in there anyways. But a lot of people say, you know, it's a lot of cool stuff. So.
Oh yeah, man. But I just believe, like, if you believe in God, I mean, you have to kind of believe in the devil, because there is one. You know,
I believe that.
God did talk about putting an angel in hell, man. You know, like, I was doing really bad at a young age, man. And like, just another story. Like, I got locked up one time, man, and I didn't know what to do. I was confused, you know.
Yeah.
Young kid, and I freaking you know, when you're in county jail, you don't got a nice pillow, so I made a pillow out of some books, and a book fell, and it happened to be the Bible. And when I opened it, it was the verse Psalms 23. You know, that thou shalt walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and that automatically reminded me of Coolio, because I still listen to that song.
Yeah.
But it caught my attention, and it caught my attention to read that Bible, and it gave me hope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why I know God is real, man. But the devil is also real too, and you just gotta pray to God and have faith, and just, you know, keep on the right mindset.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for calling in and sharing that with us, man.
Yeah, man. I hope to call again, man. I listen to your show a lot. I've been listening.
Thank you, man.
Back in the day, even when you just started with the whole hip hop Chicano rap stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even with High C, man. I used to listen to High C back in the day, man. That's crazy. Just how, like, just listening to. I heard someone else talk about the other day, like, this. It's just, there's reasons that you listen. You know what I mean? Things fall in place. It's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, much love, Tony. Love the show, man. Keep it going. You know.
Thank you, my brother. Much love. Peace. A blessed night. Okay, cool. We got a couple of more phone calls. Let's see who's gonna call in next. Everything good over there, Alex? Okay, here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? But I think I know who this is.
What's up, Tony? It's Gabriel from Yonkers, New York.
Yonkers, New York. How you doing tonight, man?
Everything good, bro. I'm listening to your show, man. Enjoying it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you calling in.
No, it's all good. Yeah, but you know, I don't know if you know, I used to be Jehovah's Witnesses, and you know what they, a lot of when they said the end of times is gonna come, they tried to use it to gain more followers. So they would say that the time is coming soon, it's gonna come to an end, but they've been saying that for a long time and nothing really happened. So as far as what I believe is that we don't know when time is gonna end. You know, things have been going bad since we could remember. You know, and you know, I'm pretty sure hell. In the religion of Jehovah's Witnesses, they say that hell doesn't exist. When you die, your soul just disappears. It's nothing. It just goes into nothing. And the only way to ever come back to life is if you put your trust in God, and you will be resurrected if you did the right things. But that's what they say. I not that I believe it. Nowadays, I don't know what to believe. You know,
and that's understandable.
It's hard.
I do want to say something to you. The reason why I'm very familiar with Jehovah's Witness, you know, religion, is because when I first started reading the scriptures, I was given a King James 1611 Bible. Okay, and I was always told by my Catholic family that we are not qualified to read it. That's what my family would tell me. That's a holy book. That should be in the hands of a priest. So, okay. So what I did, my brother gave me one, and he said, read this one. I didn't know what he had gave me. He goes, it's not a King James, but I think you'll understand this one. It's a little bit smaller. All right. I started reading it. And I came across certain scriptures that really bothered me. And I looked into it, and I read the front, and I said, New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures. And then I opened it up, and I saw the Watchtower. And then I began to ask people, who's the Watchtower? Who's the Watchtower? Then he told me, oh, the Jehovah's Witness. So I started looking into Charles Taze Russell. And I just found so many things, man. You know, the suicide rate in the Jehovah's Witness church is very, very high, and they don't ever tell the public that because when you're excommunicated, nobody can talk to you. Nobody can have anything to do with you. When you're cut off from the Kingdom Hall, it's a wrap for you. Nobody can have any association with you. And it's almost like there's no forgiveness. You know, and I don't know. You tell me if I'm wrong when I say that.
No, it is true. It is like that, and you know, for certain reasons, people just leave. And now I see them now, and they're just trying to reinvent themselves now. Because I guess they're trying to move with the times. But back when I was doing it, they said we don't move with the times. But you know, they didn't move with the times. But now it seems like they're getting less followers, so they're gonna do whatever it takes to get more followers.
Yeah, you know what? I had a conversation, and maybe you can help me out with this, because a lot of it is like the Jehovah's Witness, and when I mean a lot of it's like the Mormon Church. This is what I mean in this aspect, that they have to go door to door. They have to do works. If I'm correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So my question is this: when your time comes and you slip into eternity, how do you know if you underworked or overworked?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Nobody has ever been able to answer that for me.
No.
You know, and you know what that tells me? You don't know where you stand with your God.
Okay. Yep.
So if somebody doesn't know, how can I trust them? You know, so, and this is not to bash anyone. This is just my questions whenever they come knocking on my door. That's all I'm asking.
No, it's very cultish, you know, and I think people are realizing that, and you know, and from outside looking in, you know, it looks very cultish, and I understand why people wouldn't agree with them, but yeah,
Okay.
At the end of the day, that's how these guys roll, man, and to some point, some of it is true, but a lot of it, man, is just I feel it's just very cultish.
Yeah. If you guys have a Jehovah Witness Bible, and I'm saying you, I'm talking to in general to the audience watching, look up one verse that I'm asking. That is John 1:1. Just look it up, and I think you'll see what I'm talking about. So John 1:1, and if you want to look at a second one, look at John 1:14 in the Jehovah Witness Bible, and it will reveal something to you. So thank you, my brother from Yonkers, New York. I appreciate you calling in, man.
Hey, Tony, just one, man, maybe one day you should do a episode on just pure conspiracies, you know, and because that brings a lot of, you know, nowadays it's just getting out of hand, and I think it will bring a lot of people together.
Well, okay, look, Saturday I'm going to give you a sneak peek. We're doing Rhodium After Dark. Now, I know it's going to be late.
Ooh.
It's a Rhodium After Dark, and we're going to be talking all conspiracies that night. So.
Already.
Definitely check it out, man.
All right, bro.
All right, brother. You take care now.
Hey, good show, man. All right, man.
Thank you. Peace. Okay, you guys, we got about 14 minutes, about 12 minutes, somewhere around there. So if you guys want to call in, go ahead and call in. Alex, anything you want to ask? Anything good over there? How long has that poll been up?
It's been up like 30 minutes.
Okay, can you read it to us before we take another call comes?
Okay, 135 votes. The question is, do you think the number 666 is a demonic number? And 70% said yes, and 30% said no.
Okay. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Yo, Tony, this is Raul calling in from Wilmington, California.
Raul calling in from Wilmington, from Wheelmouse, my brother. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. You know what? I like these topics. I wish I could go a little bit deeper, but I like to try to keep it shallow. You know, I don't like to go too deep, but yeah. I hope you're enjoying it.
Okay. I am. I just barely tuned in.
Oh, you got to go back. So when you get a chance.
Yeah. So my question was, where's that place you said in Wilmington that is haunted? And you said some rapper sold his soul?
No, I never said it was haunted. That's supposedly where they go and make a deal. So I just wanted to correct you. So yes, I've never said where.
Okay.
But I will say this. Can I give you like the direction?
Yeah.
Okay. You know L Street, correct? L Street is on the east and it goes all the way to the west. Take L Street all the way down and you'll run into it. That's all I'm going to say. It'll be on your right-hand side.
Okay.
So that's
I know exactly where L Street's at.
Okay. And yeah, just take it there. A lot of people, some dude on TikTok, he went to Harbor Park, Harbor Duck Park, and said that's where. No, bro, you heard it here, and you took my idea, and you did a TikTok, went viral, but he told everybody that it was a Harbor Park. Uh-huh. It's not Harbor Park, bro. So, yeah, it's here in Wilmington.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. Some of the world's famous rappers that I know for a fact, I have been told have gone there, and that's where they made their deal.
Wow.
Now, whether that's true or not, I'm just telling you what I heard, and I heard it from multiple people that don't know each other.
Okay.
Okay, and that supposedly,
uh-huh.
and again, supposedly that whoever you make a deal with comes in the form of a dog.
Really?
Yes. So,
Okay.
I don't want to find out because I don't want no deal. You know. So
Right. Yeah.
I'll work
And
hard
then
for it.
also
You know.
another question. Right. Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you think there's some places in Wilmington that are haunted, like the abandoned museum or like the drum barracks?
People have said the drum barracks. I'm gonna do an episode there just on stuff that I've heard. People have said the abandoned museum. I haven't heard too much stuff other than sightings of people looking out the window. That's all I've heard, stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, but I've taken the tour there. I've taken the tour plenty of times, and I really enjoyed the abandoned museum. Me personally, I think there's probably more haunted houses than there is haunted locations, if you will, like abandoned museum and the drum barracks. You know, just down the street from me.
Okay.
Just down the street from me, bro. Down L Street. I don't know if you remember several years back. There was a man and his wife got fired from their job. They killed their children and then they killed themselves. It was like, I think, like 5 total people.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Look it up. Yeah, I believe it was.
I didn't even know about that.
Yeah, he took out his children and took out his wife, and then he called the cops and he took himself out. And it's like 3 blocks away from me. You know, and now that house has been sold ever since. Would you want to move into a house like that?
Hell no.
No, exactly. So yeah, that happened here, man. And I mean, and then I want you to look at this for a second. Look at where all the violence happens. On the east side and on the west side. And every hood has these things. You go over there looking for something, you're going to get it. That's where it all happens. I believe that certain streets, have demonic forces there, man.
Yeah.
You know, so
there's some parts that are pretty like scary looking too, you know, like at night it's like
absolutely
pretty grimy. It has like that vibe to it, you know?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, today I won't mention what liquor store, but I went ahead and did a run and bought some Red Bulls for my guys here, and then sodas and stuff like that. And I just remember walking in, and I remember I had a personal friend that got smoked right there at the porch of the liquor store.
Oh.
And I walk there all the time, and I'm thinking, wow, you know, he shed his blood right here, man. You know, and all he did was go into the liquor store to buy something. Somebody banged on him. He walked out. The guy pulled a gun out on him, and the rest is history, bro. So, yeah, man.
Sucks.
Yeah. So I know that there's a lot of evil forces out on the streets, man, and sometimes it's just not good being out. So, and I'm thankful that I'm still here alive to talk about it. So, thank you for that call, man. I greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome, Tony.
All right, brother.
Have a great night.
You too. Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of people that did say it was evil, right? Okay. Oh, we got another call right here. Call it your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Tony, this is Mark from Virginia.
Mark from Virginia. How you doing tonight?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm really enjoying tonight.
Man, I'm enjoying the show just like I enjoy every show.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in.
Well, I did want to say one thing. Biggie's clothing company.
Uh-huh.
I heard the name of it was Brooklyn Mint.
Okay.
I got that from Doggy Diamonds. He's a friend of Steele's.
Uh-huh. Big Steel.
Yeah, he said that on his podcast, Doggy Diamonds, a couple of days ago.
Okay. Now, is that clothing brand still out?
Brooklyn Mint, M-I-N-T.
Yeah, no, so is it still out? I've never heard of Brooklyn Mint, that's why.
Oh, no. He was about to put it out before he died, like you were talking about.
Oh, okay. Were you able to see the picture that we put up?
Yeah, I think that's an older picture, Tony.
Yeah, no, it is it had to be an older picture because he passed away already. But
yeah, I think.
Go ahead.
No, I was thinking like that was probably around the time him and Tupac did those freestyles, and they were together.
Uh-huh. Okay.
I think they were just like, It wasn't really a devil worship thing. It was just something that was
right.
popular at the time.
Right. No, I don't think he was a devil worshiper. But from what my sources have told me in the music industry, that was his clothing brand ready to come out. Maybe he had two. I'm not sure because I've never heard of the other one. This one I had heard since back then. So since back then in the 90s. So and if I'm correct, that's the only picture floating around. Do you know if there's any of that Brooklyn Mint? Maybe he's wearing it.
Yeah. There's a couple of Doggy Diamonds put it up on his website.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that. So thank you for that.
Yeah. No, I love the show, so I just wanted to call in anyway.
All good, my brother. Thank you, man. Hey, what time is it over there? You guys 2 hours or 3 hours ahead of us?
It's 12:23. I think it's 3 hours ahead.
Oh, okay. All good, man. Thank you for taking the time and being a part of the show, man. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you for that info.
Man. Thank you for doing the show, and thanks for doing it twice a week now.
Thank you, sir. Have a blessed one. Okay, I said we're going to take one more phone call, guys, so let's get this phone call in. Here we go. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Yo, what's up, Tony? How you doing?
How you doing, my friend?
Tony, calling from Lake Elsinore.
My brother from Lake Elsinore. How you doing tonight?
Good. How are you? How's everything?
I'm good, man. I'm enjoying the show. I'm enjoying the calls.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for going live. I was just tapping in right now. I was just getting home right now, but I was gonna ask you, do you ever hear about the Riverside killer or the Lake Elsinore prostitute killer?
Sounds familiar, man. It sounds familiar. Can you refresh my memory on that?
Yeah, I forgot his name, but it was an old guy. He lived right here in Lake Elsinore, and he was convicted with like 12 murders.
Wow.
Supposedly he killed more than that, up to like 20 females, only prostitutes.
Wow.
And in the day, he would like give like the community rides. Like he was a good guy, but at night he would go out listening to the prostitutes.
Oh, wow. You know what? I'm going to have to look into that. Do you know, by chance, do you know the guy's name? So that way my boy Alex can be looking it up and I can do my research. So possibly I could do an episode in the future.
I don't know his name. I forgot his name. But
they just call him the Lake Elsinore?
Riverside.
Or Riverside.
Yeah, the Lake Elsinore prostitute killer or Riverside killer.
Prostitute killer. We'll look into that, Alex. Okay.
Yeah. I think his name is William Stuff. William Stuff is his name.
Okay. We'll definitely look into,
William Stuff.
One thing.
And then he's also known for they found the girl with like a light bulb stuck up in her,
Oh, wow.
And it was like, it was intact. The light bulb was intact. It wasn't broken, and they were like surprised,
Wow. And
then they found that body. Yeah, I'm sorry. They found that body like right up the street right here, like in the mountain like right up the street from my house.
Wow. Well, I'm glad it's behind bars.
In the 1980s.
Yeah, I'm glad it's behind bars. Today I just found out somebody sent it to me, so I'm going to go ahead and do my research before I speak on it, but at least I'll tell you what I heard today. They at a farmer's home, they found remains of over 10,000 people.
Oh shit.
10,000 people remains. I just heard about it today, but again, before I do a show, I need to do my research on it. But yes, and it's just so crazy, man. The things that with social media and how things travel so fast. Here's another one. The sheriff the LA County sheriff just got convicted for 40 years for, taking advantage of young girls, from 3-year-old to 13-year-olds. This was the sheriff. This is the guy that's supposed to protect and to serve. And this is what he's doing. And
yes, sir. Yeah.
But anyways, caller.
It's just like this guy right here. The people were like, he would give people rides, people that needed rides. He'll give them rides. He owned like this van.
Yeah.
And like, I think that's how he found them, because of like his tires, the marks of his tires. But yeah, you should do research on it. It's pretty crazy.
I'll definitely check that out, man. Thank you for that info, man. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, you guys have a good night.
Okay, my brother. You too. Okay.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, let me see. Okay, Alex, we're going to go ahead and end it right there. And just one more time, can you go ahead and give us that poll number again? After you read it, can people still vote? Okay, no worries.
Okay, 70% said that yes, they believe that 666 is a demonic number. And 29% said no, out of 135 votes.
Wow. And what's your opinion on that?
I mean, sometimes, things are translated and they don't mean the same thing as the original. So, I don't think, I guess for what it represents, maybe, but it's not the actual representation of what being looked for,
Yeah. Okay. Ultimately, what did you think about tonight's show?
It was pretty good, man.
Yeah.
I learned a few things, and that farmer thing, I just looked it up right now. That's crazy.
Okay, there it is right there.
There's a bunch of news articles on it right now.
Yeah, Indiana serial killer farm field with 10,000, correct?
Yeah, 10,000 human remain.
And that's channel 4 news. 10,000. So I'm going to look into that, and that might be my next freaky tale. But do your research on that. And once again, for those of you that want to know a little bit more about the whole 666 thing, DM me at Freaky Tales Podcast on Instagram. Is that Freaky Tales Podcast on Instagram still tagged on the description?
Yes.
Okay, so please click on there, follow us there for our next episodes, when we're going to go live, or follow us on the community on our YouTube. If you're a subscriber, look there on the community. I post up my flyers there daily, or at least every other day I post up something. So definitely check that out. If you guys want more info, please message me. If you guys are interested in knowing what the Old Testament of the Bible was written, once again in Hebrew, certain parts were written in Aramaic. The New Testament was written in Greek, so many times it's good to go look up certain things, certain words, do a word search, and see what that means. It may mean the same thing, but you get a little bit more from it. So, other than that, Alex, anything we have, any announcements, any super chats, anything?
No, it just honestly, it just seems like serial killers seems to be a trend lately.
Yeah.
Because you start hearing about a lot of people, even famous people, being murderers, and some of them getting away with it.
Clout is one hell of a drug. If you guys remember Scream 2, you seen Scream?
Yeah.
Oh, did you ever watch the second one?
I'm pretty sure I have. Okay. I would just need to be fresh.
Scream 2 had 2 killers. And you know why they did it? For popularity. They knew they were going to be famous. They even... That was in the 90s. They did it for clout, and I'm thinking, wow. So I get it, and especially today, living in a social media world, a lot of people do a lot of things for clout. But anyways, I want to thank everybody on the live chat, everybody who decided not to be on the live chat, everybody who subscribed, everybody who liked, commented. Please smash that like button, because it puts us in the algorithm where more people can see the show. So if you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Other than that, I want to thank my team. I want to thank Alex Cervantes Enterprise. I want to thank my son, B. Scanless. I want to thank my co-host, Marvelous Inc. Marvelous will be coming back soon. We got a special topic that we're going to be talking about. I want to thank the Hip Hop Jedi, and I want to thank Magical, our moderator for Ever Genesis. Once again, on the description, we're going to put Dark Secrets, so you guys can follow her on Instagram. Okay, that's going to be her new episodes of or Dark Secrets of the Mortuary, Dark Secrets of Hollywood, Dark Secrets of Music. It's good. She's already pre-recorded several episodes, so you guys are not going to want to miss it. It's going to be really different from this. Hopefully she'll be back soon where we can promote that channel and you guys can follow her. But we'll definitely put that on the description. Are we good, Alex? Okay, everybody. Once again, thank you. Expect the unexpected. See you guys here next week. Saturday on my other podcast, Rhodium After Dark. Be looking for that flyer. Then Sunday we got an up and coming female Latina rapper. Definitely check that out, and then we'll be back with more Freaky Tales next week. Thank you very much. Expect the unexpected. Have a blessed one, and we're out of here.
you.